Hey everybody, Rich from BilletSPIN here. Really excited to show you a new product that we're working on. Still a ways off from having it completed, probably about 4 weeks. But this is a new pen line that we're working on. And let's just get right to the good stuff, kind of show you what this baby is all about. So we had a couple things in mind when developing this. Number one, we wanted to do something that's original, something that's unlike anything else that's out there. And when you see how this pen works, hopefully you agree with me that we hit the mark on that. Number two, we wanted to have a really satisfying mechanism, or something that's really satisfying to use, got a high fidget factor, something that's going to drive the people around you absolutely crazy. And I think we've definitely done that. They're going to love you. And number three, we wanted to hit a $150 price point in full titanium. Now, obviously, as you can see here, we've got some things to finish up here, but really wanted to just kind of show you the progress of where we're at. So let's dig right into it. So this is the heart of the pen, the mechanism, and the way it's laying here is just like it is in the pen, where you have the two drilled and tapped holes, and those are for the pocket clip there. So we have a titanium end cap. We have a phosphor bronze washer in between, similar to what they use in knife pivots. We have a stainless steel bushing, and then we have a bronze end piece that moves back and forth, and this is what actually actuates your refill in and out of the pen. So this is a cam style mechanism, and what you do is when you grab the actuator, you rotate it, and that pushes the bronze piece out, deploying the pen. And you can see it drops into a detent there. And that detent was something that was important because we really wanted to have that high fidget factor, something that has a really audible click at the end, and just a notch where you know the pen is fully engaged. So that's what that is. Rotate it back. Pretty cool. It's a very simple idea, not anything like we've seen out there in the pen world. Something that's going to be super durable, bulletproof, built like a tank. That's kind of what we were after here. So I'll show you how this works. When you take the bronze piece off, you can see there's two stainless steel dowel pins that are in the titanium, and that keeps that from rotating. And now the stainless piece here can just spin all the way around. And the bronze piece has a slip fit in the end there, and that keeps the bronze piece from rotating. Put that back on there. And that's what makes this actuation happen. So we're still proving it out. We spent a lot of time on getting the right ramp angle, getting the right detent. We're still making some tweaks there. We're really checking the durability. The two pens that I have here, they have thousands and thousands and thousands of cycles on them, and they're holding up extremely well. But we're still doing a little research there, little development, trying to get this thing as bulletproof as possible for you before we release it. So you're looking at two different versions here. Basically, this is a right-hand version, this is a left-hand version, and you can call it whatever you want, whatever one you would prefer. Let's take a look at the right hand, because this is going to be the first one that we release here in about 4 weeks. And basically what's going to happen is you're going to pull this thing out of your pocket, actuate it, and when you write, you can see that the pocket clip is not in your hand. And then for the lefty, it would be just the opposite. So that's why we call them right and left-handed. The diameter of this pen is 410 thousandths, 0.410. And get you a length here. We're at about 5.2 inches in length. Now the pocket clip is going to be made out of titanium. Right now this is just brass. You can see that we have some regular screws in here. These will be titanium panhead Torx T8. And then the actuator here will be a one piece with a T8 head on it. Be really sweet, out of titanium. So it will get a little bit lighter once the finished version is done. This one has a titanium end cap, titanium barrel, titanium nose cap. And you can see we're looking at about 43.3 grams. I'm going to guess that the finished version is going to be probably right about 40 grams with that titanium clip, because the brass definitely weighs quite a bit. I'll give you a little tour. The barrel of this is complete. This is what the final version. The end cap is complete and the nose cap is complete. So just focusing on those three areas, you can see that we have a single ring here in the end cap. We tried to stay with radiuses on this pen. There's not many angles on it whatsoever. Everything is round radiused, give it that nice organic feel. So we have a single radius groove on the end, a double underneath the pocket clip, back to a single. And then for the grip rings, what I want you to notice is that the outer rings are shallower than the middle rings. Gives it a nice rounded contour. Feels fantastic in your hand. I think you guys are really going to enjoy that. As far as the nose cap, something that we did a little different than the Soul pen is we changed the way that the groove is, where we did the counterbore in the barrel deeper so that we didn't have to push the threads all the way up to the O-ring. And that makes the O-ring groove the symmetrical on both sides, and it gives it so that we can make it a little bit of a stiffer feel when it actuates, when you screw it into the barrel. And that O-ring is on there just for that nice smooth feel and also to make sure that it doesn't come unscrewed while being used. Pocket clip is going to look just like this, but it will be made out of titanium. And once we get those T8 pan head screws in there, that's really going to dress it up quite a bit there. So there it is. The full tour of the pen. Pocket clip, you can see, has got a really nice clearance there for carrying in thicker clothes, jeans, what have you. We've had a lot of questions. A couple things I want to clear up here in the video. A lot of different things that we could do with the mechanism to actuate it. But again, the biggest thing that we wanted, the reason why we did the bolt lever, I know that other people have done a bolt lever, but just never an actuation quite like this. We wanted the bolt lever for the fidget factor. We could have done a cap on the top, but you wouldn't have the same fidget factor that you have with the knob itself. The other question we're getting is the different materials and finishes and all the different patterns that, you know, asking us about we'll do in the future. And that stuff will probably happen, but what we really want to focus on is just titanium. This is a true EDC carry pen, built like a tank, super rewarding, you know, satisfying to actuate. You know, this pen can go, it could be sitting at a desk, it could be in the pocket of a hardcore construction worker. You know, you can beat the living tar out of it, or you can just have it sitting on a mahogany desk for people to look at. So that's really what we want to focus on to begin with. Down the road, I'm sure we will get into some other materials, but not for a long time. As far as the drop, we're going to drop these, we're hoping in about 4 weeks, and I'm not sure if we're going to do it as a pre-order or just as drops. And here's the reason why. Because materials right now are very, very hard to get. And so I don't want to do pre-orders where I take in a bunch of orders, but then because of material shortages, I can't fulfill those orders for a long time. So more than likely, we're just going to do drops. But I can tell you that we have enough material and we're making 500 of these. That's a lot of pens. So I don't think anybody who wants one is going to have a problem getting one at first, and we'll just kind of see how it goes. Lastly, will this take a G2 refill? This is made for the Parker style refill, and that's just what we find is the majority of the market right now. Will it take a G2 refill? I will be working on that in the future for sure, but this one takes the Parker style. I believe that all we have to do for the G2 is make a longer nose cap. So that will be happening. I'm going to guess, I'll say within the next 6 months, we will have a G2 version available. That's all I've got for now. There'll definitely be more details coming. If you guys have any questions, just put them up in the comments. I'll take a look. I'll answer them as best as I know, but you pretty much have all the information that I have at this point. I'm really excited about this one, guys. I hope you guys like it. Please let me know what you think about this in the comments below. That's all I got for now. You guys have a great week.